The yeas are 50. The nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
Right now, we're focused on killing the bill. The GOP tax scam hurts everyday Americans and rewards billionaires. That's not what we should be doing at this moment in time in the United States of America. We should be building an affordable economy that lowers costs for hardworking American taxpayers. The GOP tax scam, this one big ugly bill, does the exact opposite. It will raise costs and increase the financial burden on hardworking American taxpayers. That's what we're focused on as House Democrats and in support of the efforts of Senate Democrats to stop the one big ugly bill from ever becoming law.
Now, here's what the Democrats are not telling you about President Trump's one big, beautiful bill. They don't want you to know that you are going to keep money in your own pocket. Number one, they make the 2017 tax cuts permanent. So all those tax cuts that you got, they're permanent. Actually, for small businesses, the deduction goes up, the carryover deduction from 20% to 23%. So actually save more money. Everything else is permanent. Now, they don't want you to know that they've increased the standard deduction for single filers, married filers. They've increased the standard deduction for children. Those deductions went up. You save money there. They also don't want you to know that there's a car loan deduction. So if you take out a car loan and the car is made in America, newsflash, you're going to be able to write off that interest. They didn't tell you that. They didn't tell you there's an enhanced senior deduction, another $4,000 tax credit, under $75,000 single, under $150,000 income jointly. That's for seniors. That comes right off the top. They won't tell you about that. They won't tell you that there's no more tax on tips, retroactive all the way back to January. So all this money you've made this year so far on tips in the gig economy, on Uber or Instacart or driving Lyft or a server, whatever you've done, newsflash, you're in great shape. Why are you in great shape? You're not getting taxed. You work overtime, you're a cop, you're a fireman, you're a construction worker, you get overtime pay, you're trying to feed your family. Guess what? All those taxes you paid, that's coming back to you. There's no tax on overtime. They've also increased the tax credit by $500 for each child. There's also a trust fund, the Trump Trust Fund for Child. You can put money away and have that not taxed. This is the greatest piece of legislation for the American worker that's ever been passed. And the Democrats are lying to you every day because they want power. They're against President Trump's one big, beautiful bill in lockstep because it ends their grift of exploiting the American people. Republicans, on the other hand, that have voted for this, they want to save this country because it's going off a cliff. We can't afford what's going on. But the main thing is they want the economy to get booming. A great economy is what the Democrats don't want. They root every day for people to lose their jobs, for the stock market to go down, 401ks to go down. They're rooting against the American people. They want everything to go bankrupt. They don't want you to have any money. They want you to go to the food line for a food box and depend on them because, look, they need chaos in order to keep control. It's all about power.
Republicans are not the party of working class Americans. They are the party of the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected. Stop lying to the American people. Donald Trump's one big ugly bill rips health care away from more than 17 million Americans. It represents the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. Children will be hurt. Families will be hurt. Women will be hurt. Seniors will be hurt. Everyday Americans with disabilities will be hurt. Hospitals will close. Nursing homes will shut down. And community-based health clinics will be unable to provide services. This dangerous and extreme Republican budget will result in Americans losing their lives because of the inability to access health care coverage. It's unacceptable, unconscionable, and un-American. Shame on Senate Republicans for passing this disgusting abomination, and shame on House Republicans for continuing to bend the knee to Donald Trump's extreme agenda.
I tell you what, I am just about fed up with the liberals lying. They keep saying, oh, they're taking Medicaid out of the seniors. No, they're not. Go read the damn bill before you go and put out your videos is what I gotta tell you. Because the bill states it very clearly that if you are an able-bodied American between the ages of 18 and 54 with no children, that you have to work 20 hours a week. Nowhere does it say anything about seniors. So quit spreading goddamn lies. I'm sick of it. I'm a senior. And they're not cutting it. So quit spreading lies. You're just mad because some of you got to get your lazy ass to work. Well, you should be. I'm tired of forking over the bill for you lazy asses to sit home and get free medical. I'm done with it. I'm done forking out all this money. This is going to save billions of dollars over 10 years. And it's not touched the first senior, because you're talking to a senior right here. I'll be 64 in a few weeks. So you know what? You can take your lies and shove them where the sun don't shine. All right, God bless America. God bless the American people. Happy Memorial Day, and God bless the American soldier. And you liberals, shut your mouth trap until you know what you're talking about.
Trump's big, beautiful bill. Finally read it, let's talk about it. First, it extended the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which avoided a 22% price hike, equivalent to $1,700 on the average American family. Next, it made the double standard deduction permanent, made the child tax credit permanent, and increased it to $2,500. I think it should be higher, but I love that. Doubled estate tax exemption, which is approximately $15 million, is also permanent, helping family-owned farms as well as businesses. Then we get to the specific campaign promises that people are like, where are they? Okay, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, as well as tax deductions for buying an American-made vehicle. There's also a new deduction for seniors receiving Social Security, which could be up to $450 each per year. Additionally, and this is a big one, they increased the small business deduction from 20 to 23%. This is going to be a huge economic boom for entrepreneurs, small business owners. Now for businesses, they can fully deduct the cost of equipment to build factories in the US. This is projected to increase economic growth by $284 billion. Research and development done in the US can be fully deducted in year one versus a 5-year amortization period. And opportunity zones are expanded, bringing $100 billion to distressed communities, mostly rural, over the next decade. You can also give your kids $1,000 tax-free before they're 18 to go into the stock market that can be withdrawn tax-free for education, starting a business, or buying your first home. Additionally, the health savings account limit is doubled to $17,000 that you can use tax-free for medical expenses. 1099-K forms do not need to be filed under $20,000 now versus $600 to reduce paperwork. And now scholarships are considered write-offs under charitable giving. The impact of this is 5.2% to GDP over 4 years, 3.5% long-term. Council of Economic Advisors, and I love this part, expects the average American family to have $13,000 more in take-home pay, as well as $11,600 in increased wages for the average worker. CBO says that it's going to add $3.8 trillion of debt due to decreased revenue, but as we saw last time, revenue tax receipts went up. There are some pay for cuts to Medicare, mainly work requirements starting in 2026, as well as cuts to SNAP. $500 billion of Biden-era green energy tax cuts are taken away. There's also increased taxes on universities up to 21%, basically a corporation. And then, of course, there are the hundreds of billions of dollars from tariffs. Depends on how much you think are going to stay on, but safely, hundreds of billions of dollars. So wait and see, right? Biden left us with a $1.8 trillion deficit. If we get growth kicked off and rolling over the next 3-4 years, and the debt, at least the deficit, we can cut it down close to $1 trillion, that would be outstanding. I'm pleasantly surprised that Trump even added new good ideas, but kept all of his campaign promises. There was also increased nuance here, more than I expected. The no tax on tips is only for people making under $150,000. Most waiters, right? And now going out is going to be cheaper because more people are going to be wanting to be serving food. That brings labor costs down, but they still take home more because the majority of what they make is tips. This is really exciting. I think people really drastically underestimate when you can write off R&D as well as building a factory in year one, how much money that's going to bring in investment into this country. If we get above 3% real GDP growth while shrinking the deficit even a little bit, that would be like exceptional. Like